The journey with Frankenweenie runs in parallel with the journey of our stereo conversion in London team. We'd already had conversations with Disney about going stereoscopic on that movie. So we talked through the process, showed them around, and they gave us a test sequence to convert, working on that both in India and in London. But they really liked the work that we'd done and how we'd approached it stylistically. The film references much of Hollywood sort of B-movie history as well, and 3D is just a big part of that as well. The opening scene of the film is where young Victor is making his own 3D film to show his family. So it's a beautiful segue into the movie, but also how could the film not be in 3D? The stop frame animation set it really is an incredible place to visit. It was really important for us to go down, I think, and see those sets as well, because you get a sense of how much detail goes into all these tiny characters, particularly the backgrounds as well. And that's, every stop film I've worked on, that strikes me every time. The hours and attention that goes into the smallest bit of detail. So as soon as you see that, you get a sense of, hold on, this isn't just a background shot. Hours has gone into crafting all these elements as well. It wasn't just about making sure the foreground characters look great, it's all about that being pixel perfect in all the background and in the detail.
And that early involvement as well, I mean, really able to get the sort of confidence with Tim Burton as well, in terms of their production, Johnny Finch, Tim Lebry, and the whole sort of creative team, to sort of get that working from an early point, which is, I think, crucial really for them to have the confidence in us. But really with the depth overall with Frankenweenie, I really wanted it to be a hugely immersive kind of feel to the film, with a good amount of depth. And for us and for me, being sort of creative supervisor on this, is a real golden opportunity to be able to really work some nice depth into it. There's various sort of schools of thought on how you should play stereo. You should give the viewer, sort of eye rests, if you like, and play it more shallow. My shallow was a good amount of depth, because I think people want to, when you go to the 3D film, you want to feel the 3D, and I don't think you need to be as flat as some people play it. We had the opportunity to be able to really give the whole film good depth, and then when you go into the more emotional or extreme action moments, just play the depth up even more. When Victor goes into his attic, that's a retreat for him really, where he's working on all his little projects and stuff like that. And feeling a certain sort of scale to those environments. He's often on his own, it's just him and Sparky. So it's quite sort of special moments, I think, for Victor when he goes up and does that.
Well, there's a great scene where Victor's in the cemetery and the cat sort of jumps onto one of the tombstones and jumps out, and Richard really played that out into the audience. And I was lucky enough to be at a screening at the weekend as well, and the kids just jumped out of the seats at that moment, and that's really what those moments are for. And then when Shelley, the turtle, is towering through the town, smashing it up, you've got to play those moments at the right time.
And that's interesting, talking about Shelley, because it is miniatures. What we actually did with Shelley was adjust his depth a little bit, so he was maybe in the 3D scene slightly deeper than he would be in reality, but that gave him a greater sense of scale, and that really sort of helped with that as he walks through the fun fair and through the sort of town, stomping through. You wouldn't have been able to achieve that if you filmed natively. We're able to sort of manipulate the image, and that's something which we did across quite a few of the characters or little moments in the film, the little sea monsters and stuff like this. You're really able to work it up into, get a sort of style out of it. I think Frankenweenie, from a creative point of view, is beautiful, in its stereo, because you really get time to appreciate it and see it. And I think it really, because of the story of the film, you really do want to just be drawn into it, and I think we were able to achieve that with the stereo.